Okay, vstrom 650 clutch pushrod seal replacement. First thing we're going to do is dismantle all of this.
Yeah. Oh, who did that up?
Oh, who done that up so bloody tight? Oh, we're already in trouble. Shit.
Off to a flying start. Who did that up? Me. Oh, that must be inset into the plastic. I don't want to come off. Oh, God.
Maybe a longer, do you want a longer one?
Yeah.
So for these you need a 4mm Allen key.
I think I might be in trouble here. I think I've got to take that off.
She's a bit of a mess in there.
Yeah.
Where is the actual shaft?
Ah, I see. Got to take all that off.
Take all this off the sensor.
Yeah. Swing all that shit out of the way. I've already had it all off once before.
You need a 8mm socket.
Yep. This is as far as I got this one.
A little clamp fell off in the bottom there.
Where did that come from? Out of that.
Spare parts.
Holy shit. I think this is a bit of a bitch to get off. Memory serves. Probably should use that. I don't know where that clamp come from. Speed sensor.
Okay, so the little push rod for the clutch is in there, which means on this, the newer model, you have to take the side cover off. On the old model they had a separate piece. So I'm just going to give it a bit of a spray with some degreaser. Clean the surgical area. Alright, so you will need to remove the front sprockets.
That's the speed sensor. Is that enough?
So this nut, we've got a 1 and a 1/4 inch socket, which is a good fit. Now what you need to do is have someone hold their foot on the brake, and as easy as that.
Come on, one more of these.
Loosen the back wheel.
I have to. Big enough for that. Oh shit. It's like
Alright, you will need to loosen the back wheel, slacken off the chain a bit, make it easier to get that off. Alright, so we found a 15/16 ring span of the fit. It's probably actually metric, but sometimes you got to use what you got. Okay, so once your chain's loose, you'll be able to remove the front sprocket.
no, you won't. Yuck.
Get a little bit of a look in there.
Oh, there is only one bolt too.
Action.
Flat. Oh Christ, that wasn't even done. Yeah, so that releases that heaps. So there is a fair bit of tension on that shaft. Doesn't really go enough to actually do anything with it, though.
It doesn't actually move very far, does it?
No.
Not enough to bring it out.
Yeah, there's only tiniest little bit of play in it.
Alright, so what we're going to do now is lean the bike over. The old crash bar's come in handy. Just laid the bike over on the crate. Now we can dismantle the side casing. They're going to be bigger.
Yep.
Get all the little ones.
But they're all different fucking sizes too.
They should all be 8mm. They're going to be different lengths, so probably want to try and keep them in order.
There's not many left. Oh, God.
I always just go in a pattern when I put out the bolts, like you want to put that one up the top. Like so. You got one in there too. That's...
Some have washers, some don't.
Probably going to need a 10mm for them ones.
Oh shit. Oh, it came off already.
Hopefully the gas survives.
It's already off. It already moved.
Yeah, so it's not real tight.
There's that washer stain there.
Will that give you enough room to
Probably not.
get that case off? Oh fuck! Oh, bit. Okay, so the crate idea wasn't too good. It's on its side now. Crash bars work.
Can't get that out, can you? No. Facing it completely wrong.
Yeah.
Way.
Because the clutch cable is still connected, it might be a bit tight.
Oh, it won't come off.
Probably magnetic.
Yeah, that too.
Oh shit, so hopefully the gears fell out.
Something moved, didn't it? Oh God, that's going to be fun to get back on.
Oh well, it is out of the way.
Yuck.
Alright, so that's what your stator looks like.
What
is that?
Oh, what is that? Didn't come out of there, did it? Oh, my starter gear's fallen off.
Oh shit.
There must be a locator there.
Probably that. It's probably in there.
Yeah, but the gear's all fucking moved.
Alright, so once you get to this stage, just pull that little shaft out. It's not very long.
I could do a good clean.
That is the sill that has been making all the mess. So what you got to do, there's two 10mm bolts. Take that plate off. Actually, I don't even know if that's holding that, is it? There must be.
Yeah, there's three bloody bolts in it.
3 bolts.
Well,
as you can see, we had a little bit of petrol leak just coming out of the overflow hose.
I could do with a fucking clean, couldn't it?
Alright, we'll give it a... Although, put your shaft back in, yeah. Give her a spray.
I hope I don't need the bloody... the input shaft of that.
So yeah, if you're ever going to do this job, probably pays to buy an output shaft seal as well and do it all at the same time.
How the fuck to change them?
So next, This seal needs to be yanked out.
Which is
Oh, how easy was that?
Not a big effort. And I reckon they don't seat to anything.
Yeah, some people said you could push this too far in, but there's a bearing in there. There's no way knowing.
No. There must be another shaft in there, but
I'd say, yeah, pushes on another shaft to get across. So this little seal here, every time pushed, was going sideways and letting oil out under pressure.
Right, then you can change gears.
Yeah, if you don't change gears, you're fine. Right, so we got this part from Peter Stevens, $24.95, which is actually cheaper than eBay, believe it or not, for a genuine part. So no, eBay is not always the cheapest. So what we're going to do is whack it back in. Do you reckon there's any oil or anything on that, or grease?
Probably. It's a bit tight.
Might put a little bit of grease around that. Okay, so before you put the rubber seal in, just put a little bit of grease around it. Makes it a hell of a lot easier to get in. And we're going to use a 22mm socket over the top. Just to nudge it in a touch. It's really not in there that tight, so you won't need much pressure. You only really need to push that seal in about level.
Oh, it does actually
yeah, I reckon we'll give that plate a bit of a clean, eh?
It does push it in.
Bit of a degreasing. Alright, so we've given everything a bit of a clean up. Just gonna put that plate back on.
I bet that still leaks.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to use an electric driver to put them back in. It's a bit risky.
Wouldn't have anything holding them in there. That's where it sits in the motor.
So with these shafts, what you can do, because they get a wear mark on where the seal is, turn it around the other way. Before you put it in, just put a little bit of grease on it. Beautiful.
That takes that wear mark away.
Yeah.
Geez, it don't really... They get forced sideways, doesn't it?
Yeah, I guess when the outer casing's on it, supports it. Supports the other end.
Because if I try and clean
that,
that's going to go inside.
Shit's going to go in the motor.
This is going to be interesting.
Now, does that come out or what?
It doesn't look... See, it's off centre.
There's something underneath it.
Oh,
might have to get a... let's have a look.
That's gone out of whack, something horrid.
Right, so I'll put the cover back on. Just got to make sure it gets on that little rod.
Like it dropped in like...
Go on the rod.
Oh yeah, fuck, I didn't even look at that.
Yep.
That was lucky.
Just want to make sure that rod's in there. Okay. What we'll do is whack the bolts back in.
Yeah, it's definitely in there.
Alright, so we're about to find out how heavy these bikes are to pick up. Can you do it on your own, or should we have help? I'll give you a hand.
Oh! Jump yourself.
Ready? Takes a pass. I've got the bike. If you want to go and do this, got a few nuts and bolts over here for the mesh plate. Wall wounds. Just a few concrete rashes. She'll touch up fine. Oh, he scuffed a new bloody storm covers. Looks like he's had a prang. probably dropped it, he didn't say. Alright, so she's back up again. Now, I believe the sprocket has to go back on.
Yes, that's a good belief. Oh, I've lost one of the bolts out of here. Where the friggin' hell did that go?
Yeah, we'll find it. Let's get that sprocket on.
Oh, that's what I'm worried about, is it in there somewhere?
I don't think it'll fit in there. It's in the sump.
It's in the sump.
Good old bash plate saved it. What 2 sprocket have you got on that?
It's a...
It's an aftermarket one, it's an RK.
15.
50, 15?
15. I don't know which way it goes because the back of it's coming in shit.
So you got to get the chain on first.
That's where they take the chains off.
Yeah.
Now cut yourself to pieces. And then you can put the chain on. Hopefully get it back on.
Hold the chain up. Give it a bit of slack.
Oh, it doesn't want to go. Doesn't want to go because the sprocket won't go on.
Oh, that chain's very oily.
I just oiled it. Look, it was easy getting it off. Why did that go on? Probably isn't a bloody year. No, the whole thing's turning. That's it.
Alright, she's on. Get the nut on.
Ink. I think I'll put Loctite
Put the
on that.
spacer on the back
I
first.
never had Loctite on it before.
Nah, it's supposed to actually be a lock nut.
Oh, it is too. Yeah, that wasn't even bent over. I don't know if they're supposed to be bent over or not, but I did it anyway.
That's the idea of them.
Yeah. Well, when I took it apart, it was never bent over. So.
Put my foot on the brake. Alright, so once you've done that nut up to about 2 hand-pounds of tightness, make sure you knock that bloody ring over, because you can't go anywhere.
They're supposed to or not. Bottle of million more now.
So for the speed sensor bolt, you're probably best off putting a little bit of Loctite on it. So you really don't want that coming off.
Still in. Like that.
Alright, so she's all back together. We're just going to leave this cover off for the moment, give her a pressure wash and put her back together, and that's about it for this video.